All right, so um, I wanted to do a video talking about the first issue of the Ben 10 comic, and I will update you at some point as I read further in this comic because I'm not giving up on it. Okay, so take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. But basically, Dynamite, if you don't know, is putting out a new Ben 10 comic series with the original creators involved. And the idea of this comic is that this is a fresh, rebooted take on Ben 10. Not like the recent, well, I say recent, but it was actually a few years ago now, but still kind of recent. Ben 10 thing that they did. That was more of like an appeal to make it more to kids. This is clearly meant to appeal to older fans while also being an easy access point to new fans. And here's where this kind of gets a little messy for me. Why? And I say this because Ben 10 is an almost over 20-year franchise. I don't think younger fans are going to want to pick up this comic. I can understand if there was currently new. Why is my dog growling? I don't know what she's doing. Give me one sec. Anyways, I don't know what that was about. But anyways, as I was saying, Ben 10 is not really like a new franchise anymore. It's an older franchise, and there's not like there's a current new show running. So I don't. That's trying to get new fans in. That's how you get new fans in, right? It's not a comic like this. It's a new show or a new movie or something, right? Well, this isn't doing that. And so this is the problem. This comic, I have a feeling, will piss off a lot of old fans. First of all, this comic was hard to get. They did not print enough of these. These sold out really quick. So the way they chose to go about reprinting them, I think, is absolute bullshit. Because if you bought the issue in your comic book shop, it was $5, right? For the first week. I'm one of the people that missed out. Next week, or not next week, in a few weeks, they reprinted the issue, but it was $10.99 in a blind bag. $10.99 in a blind bag, where you could get a different cover. This is insulting because why is it more? Because I missed out on it, right? It's not you undersold the demand for it. And here's the thing: the only people buying this are not new fans. The only people who are buying this are old fans who are excited that there's more Ben 10 in the world, because Ben 10 is a franchise that has not been serving them for the last several years. They did that reboot that I mentioned that was more aimed at like younger kids, but there hasn't been like a new Ben 10 show or movie in a while, and so they were just excited that this might be something that appeals to them. And I think reading this issue, first of all, it's gonna be hard to show you this because of my camera, but this is a shiny like variant cover I got. This comic was just bad. I don't mind it serving as a reboot, I guess, in principle. But what are some of these designs here? Like, let me go turn on another light so you can see a little bit better. Do y'all see Grandpa Max there? Like, that's not it. See if is there a better one here? Trying to find one for Grandpa Max. Well, whatever. Here is Heat Blast. Why does he look like that? Like, this comic, I get it's a different style than the show, right? Because it's in a comic book. But, comics, they make comics that look like their cartoon counterparts. Why is it so hard? And it'd be one thing if the style was great. Then it's like, okay, look, it looks different, but you did something unique. But, like, this character design of Grandpa Max is so, like, alright, we need an old man character. They just went and over designed him. The art on this book, I don't think it is just not good. I don't really like how this art in this book looks at all. It pisses me off how this book looks. Like, genuinely. I hate this book. Its art style from this first issue. Maybe it'll get better, as artists change throughout the books and things. Or maybe I'll just get used to it. But as of right now, I do not like this the art. How's the writing? The writing's fine. Like, it's just kind of the first episode again without any of the, like, heart or humor to it. Of the original show. Basically, you get a peek at Vilgax just like in the first episode of the show. Ben finds the watch, starts turning into aliens. But it's weird that he turns into, like, forearms first and then heat blast after. Because if I'm remembering right, the first alien he turned into was heat blast. And he started burning shit down, which made a lot of sense. And then you already get a peek at the government agents in the story, which I feel like they come in a little bit too early and doesn't feel natural. I guess the book, it's not a huge problem, but I do think that Ben and Gwen's dialogue, you can tell there's a little bit of, hey, we're trying to be a little bit more modern, which isn't necessarily like a bad thing. But the way it comes across is a little cringy. Like some of the modern things that they bring up or whatever. Though, I guess it's more, some of it works. Like, yeah, of course Ben would be more annoyed that his grandpa took away his phone than in the more modern generation of the kind of stuff. It's not a horrible first issue. Like, it's not devoid of merit. I think, because it's kind of one of those things where, actually, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm trying to be nice and, like, be like, it's not good. It's just not good. I don't really have anything nice to say about this first issue, other than I'll keep reading because I'm curious, and I'm not, I don't want to give up on it, but man, this is a disappointing comic. I don't really like what we're doing here. I don't like anything they've set up. I hate the art in the book, and I don't actually tend to hate art in many comic books I read. And I read a lot of stuff, but this is when I was just watching the art, and I was just like, why do these characters look so overly designed and odd? I'm so not happy with how this turned out. As a Ben 10 fan, we deserve better. And I really didn't expect to make a video about this until, like, the hardcover trade paperback had come out. But I legit hated this book so much that I was like, I can't wait until a hardcover trade paperback came out. I'm like, no, I need to talk about this right now because I hate it.